Welcome again to A Quest for Metal. Today we are ranking all 16, that's right, 6 fucking teen of Darkthrone's albums from the worst to the best. Now, this is obviously very fucking biased. I'm not going to say this is objective. This is obviously 100% my opinion. You are not going to have the same opinion as me on this. And if you are, it'll be a fucking miracle. So comment down if you do. And before I start, let me know what your favourite Darkthrone album is. And tell me one you hate, because sometimes it's more fun to shit on stuff. So tell me what you fucking hate as well. So because there's so many fucking albums to get through, let's get started with what I think is the weakest, but it's more of a section of albums that I think is the weakest. And you'll know what I mean. So let's get started. So first up is FOAD. This whole crust punk scene, this whole crust punk sound section of Darkthrone's history doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm not a fan of punk. This mixed of it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't sound nice. I don't go back to I've listened to it twice, and on re-listening, which was the second time, I didn't like it as much as I did the fucking first time I listened to it. This whole section is going to be filled with these albums, just so you're aware. This one is probably the worst of the worst. Just the sound design on it just isn't as crisp, isn't as nice as some of the other crust punky albums. But again, I'd throw them all in a big vat and melt them all and sell it to some gypsies, because it's not worth anything. It's not worth anything to me. This period doesn't do fucking anything, and I'm glad they went back to the kind of roots or more experimental shit, I guess, on the newer albums, because the newer Darkthrone albums, fucking awesome. The midsection, burn. And the same goes for the second one, Dark Thrones and Black Flags. I don't like the album covers either. The album covers have this kind of punky dude on, doing weird shit on each album, and you know which albums to avoid because it has this fucking dude on it. And whenever there's dudes on it, just throw the album out the window, because I mean, you might like this kind of shit. If you like punk, if you like crust punk, hardcore, you might like it. I don't. So these are like zeros for me. Fucking atrocious. If my opinion triggers you, good. Fucking hope it does. Next, Circle the Wagons. I have to look, because there's 16 fucking albums. Circle the Wagons. Again, similar crust punky sound, but it's starting to get a bit more listenable. Starting. It's not, but it's teetering on the edge of listenability. But these last 3 ones can jump off a cliff with no water at the bottom. Just big splat. So next, The Underground Resistance. A lot of people have this really high. A lot of people say this is one of the better Darkthrone albums. And to me, it just sounds the same as the other fucking 3 that I mentioned. It's slightly better, the songwriting's better, some of the songs are a bit better, catchier, but it's still not. I'm not going to praise it because other people praise it. I'm going to shit on it because I don't like it. Don't like it. The album cover's fucking sick though. The Underground Resistance, the album cover is sick. The rest of it, nah. Fucking nah. And I'm not going to do standout tracks for any of these because I really don't care. I really don't care about them. So now we're getting to albums I enjoy. That shit parade was basically a shit parade. Now we're getting to the stuff I enjoy, and the first one is The Cult Is Alive. I'd probably say it was one of the weaker, kind of black metal-y albums by Darkthrone, but it's still a fine album, still a fun album, and there's actual songs I like on it. Too Old, Too Cold, Graveyard Slut, what amazing names these are. And yeah, the album is enjoyable. It's a massive step up from those zeros. This is like a 6 out of 10. This just start getting into shit that I really enjoy, and everything else from here on out just gets better and better and better to legendary status. So Cult Is Alive, fine album. Next up, Sardonic Wrath 2004, another fine album. This is probably like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I think a big of a step up, in my opinion. I know some people really love that other one, which I do like, but I just prefer this one a little bit more. The weird titled Sir Jack Matt, that's a cool song. And there's another weird song on this, Straightening Sharks in Heaven, which is another fun, stupid song. They're not quite as classic as the older albums. They're not quite as unique or interesting as the newer albums, but they're good. They're good. 7 out of 10, 6.5 for this one. Still a fine album, and I'll still play it today, and it'll still be a good time. Next up, the debut, Soulside Journey. Now this one is the debut, and it's death metal through and through, and I think it's a lot better than all the other ones I mentioned. Sure, it's death metal, it's not black metal, it's not crust punk. Thank fucking God for that. But the death metal on this is really interesting, in my opinion. Each song has flavour, and each song is intense and heavy and brutal. And if they stayed as a death metal band, I'd still fucking love them, because this debut is still fucking fantastic. And I'd probably give it like a 7.5, because I still really love Soulside Journey. I think it's underrated. Next up, Hate Them, with songs like Fucked Up and Ready to Die. You know you're in for a bleak, intense black metal journey, and that's what you get, because, you know, this is black metal through and through, and sure, it's not quite as classic or got the classic sound as the older stuff, but it's still intense, still got that amazing vocals, still got that amazing atmosphere, and yeah, I still love the album. Keep creeping up in quality now, getting even better and better. Next up, Total Death, another fantastic album, but people don't like it, and I can understand why. I mean, they kind of run out of creative juices a bit, which is why they had a lot of guest people in to write some of the songs, but I don't think it loses too much flavour. Still got that atmosphere, still got that sound, and the songs still fucking kick ass. So just because there's some guest people in doing lyrics and songwriting, who cares? You know, who fucking cares? The songs sound kick ass to me, anyway. So, another fantastic album. Next up, All Star, the latest Darkthrone album, and it is weird, it's kind of proggy at parts, it's intense, it's got black metal and other stuff. You know, it's a very strange album, but I love it. You know, it's one of the best. I think this is like an 8 out of 10. This is like an 8 out of 10, and I loved it when it came out, and I still love it now. It's got some weird songs on, Hardship of the Scots. I was like, what is this? I don't know if I like it, but on re-listening, it's grown on me, and it's a fucking fantastic song, so really interesting album, and I fucking love it. Next one, Arctic Thunder, the one before, and I just think it's a bit better. I think Arctic Fungus is a bit better than Old Star. Just, I don't know why. It's just the songs, they're better. What can I say? It's better because they're good. They're better because they're better. Tundra Leech and Burial Bliss. You got some amazing starting songs on this, and it just keeps getting better and better throughout the album, in my opinion. So, fantastic kind of return to form-esque. I'm glad the sound's progressing, because these two albums, latest albums, are fucking amazing. Next up, one of my favourite album covers, Plague Wielder. I'm not too sure what's happening on it, wherever it is, but I don't know what it is, but I like it. And this sound is fucking awesome. This is underrated as fuck, and so is the next one. I love this sound, and I love the songs. Plague Wielder itself, fantastic. Raining Murder, Reek. Like, there's only like 6 songs on this album, so they're quite long, but they all have atmosphere and they're dripping with moody energy, and I love each one. So Plague Wielder is a fucking fantastic album. And the gap in quality between like this and the other stuff I was mentioning is quite big as well, because this is probably like a 9 for me, and then some of the others we're going to get to will be fucking 10s. Now, probably the most underrated Darkthrone album, Ravishing Grimness. Oh, I love this one. I love the art, I love the moody atmosphere, the songs. I fucking love Ravishing Grimness. It's one of my favourites. Again, 6 songs, so fairly long, but they all pack a punch, and what can I say? The album is underrated. It's one of my favourites by Darkthrone. It would be top on a lot of fucking lists for other bands, but because it's Darkthrone, they have so many good black metal albums, it's hard to choose. So I would have this top usually, but there's just fucking others which are better, and we'll get to them right now. So next, Panzerfaust. You all know and love this one. The songs are longer, the songs are moodier, the songs are kind of, when I say longer, it feels kind of Burzum-esque for some of the songs, if you know what I mean. Kind of elongated, and I don't know, just heavier-ish. It's a weird, you know what I mean? You know what I mean when I say the songs sound more Burzumer, like Philosophum. That's what I get with this album. This is like Darkthrone's Philosophum, and I fucking love it, because I love philosophical. So this album speaks to me. This album speaks to me. And come on, Quintessence. Come on, one of the best black metal songs of all time. Fucking adore Panzerfaust. 10 out of 10. So now we come to the final three. And you all knew what was going to be in the final three. It's really up to where they're going to place. So at number 3, I have Under a Funeral Moon. You could have any of these top, any order, and I'd be like, good fucking job. But for me, Under a Funeral Moon, although it's a 10 out of 10, I just like the other two better. That's the only fucking thing I can say, because the songs on this are out of this world. Unholy black metal, Dance of the Eternal Shadows, too many good ones. Too many good ones. It's a classic for a fucking reason. If you have it top, tip top to you. But yeah, let's get into my favourite two. This is the deciding one. Most people would have this next one top, I'd say. This is probably the essential one. But for me, it's number 2, Blazing the Northern Sky, which has the best album cover of all fucking time. Just fucking diving. It's fucking amazing. Just like, Blazing the Northern Sky. What can I say about it? It's one of the best albums of all time. One of the best black metal albums you could hear ever. And it's not even my number 1. It's not even my fucking number 1. So they're out fucking did themselves. But yeah, this is a masterpiece. I mean, when it starts off with like a 10-minute song, you know it's fucking good. The riffs in these songs kick ass. Look, every single song is a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. If you don't know it, go fucking buy it. So then we all know what number 1 is. It's the one I haven't talked about, Transylvanian Hunger. Transylvanian Hunger! So, something about this that just grabs my attention more. I think the melodies I just prefer. Transylvanian Hunger, the song, is a fucking masterpiece. It has all the qualities of the other two I mentioned. I mean, you could put any top, but for me, Transylvanian Hunger just has a bit of an oomph factor. Maybe the sound's a bit better. I don't know. I can't explain why it's my favourite, aside from, fuck you, it's my favourite. Transylvanian Hunger! So, that does it for my ranking. It's a bit of a weird one, this one. A bit of a sporadic and mental one. A lot I hate at 0, and then a lot I love at 10s and fucking 9s and shit. So, pretty wild discography. So, there's a wild ranking for you. Let me know in the comments below your favourite Darkthrone albums, your least favourites, and any bands you want me to rank next. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.